Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Aphrodite, aka Madam Suave. If you are new here, I would like to welcome you to the community. Be sure to check the description box below and like, comment, share, and subscribe if you feel called to. Remember that energy is timeless and fluid. This could be past, present, or future energy. Flip roles if they need to be reversed, and only take what resonates, leaving the rest for what it's meant for. So we're gonna go ahead and get straight into the message, okay? The title of today's message is Controlla, Controlla. Obviously, the song Controlla by Drake is significant. Now, the fact that this song is kind of what came through for this message is ironic for more reasons than one. I was not planning on roasting this man today, and the jokes honestly wrote themselves. So, because today we are going to keep it respectful, because I am understanding that we are helping other people, okay? Like I said, we always have a lot of cross-watcher energy. With that being said, we're gonna go ahead and keep it, like I said, neutral. But yes, and also there was so many different downloads that were coming in, okay? So today's message is a bit packed. I had to do a lot of writing. There were a lot of different messages coming in for a lot of different people. So it is kind of, it follows and then it kind of veers off, and then we're kind of gonna go back to, where we started, okay? So it's gonna all come together somehow. I know it will. So with that being said, I'm not going to get into the song. I don't know, most of you may know the song, or you may want to look into it yourself, but you have someone at your beck and call, or this is the energy that they carry. So you could tell them to bark, sit, roll over, fetch, and they will literally do it. Jump how high, okay? No questions asked, without any questions asked. As I stated previously, when someone is not in control of themselves, and that means that they are either in control of something else or they must be controlled, they need someone to control them, okay? So this is, they can only take orders at this point, all right? So we're gonna go ahead and get to the message, and I'm going to explain what I mean by this. Their thoughts are very loud, and what I mean by that is that everything they hide subconsciously is forced out of them in one way, shape, or form, okay? So yesterday we talked about shadow energy, in other words, copycat energy, okay? So when we're thinking about, the third eye, okay, the third eye, sixth sense, intuition, etc. Third eye is conscious awareness of subconscious knowing, okay? So you are someone who is very conscious. This other energy is a very opposite energy from that, okay? It's giving devil energy. Remember, 666, okay? 6 represents the third eye, okay? So this opposite energy is essentially devil energy, or projector, okay? Now, what I mean by that is they project what they see and think. Very much like a computer, okay? Showcasing how their brain functions through subconscious action and reaction. Now, this is also how I pick up on your guys' is like what you may be seeking, questions that you may not be comfortable with asking, or like I said, things that you guys may not comment, but that I do pick up on. This is how I pick up on it, okay? So this is essentially a telepathy, is something that you intuitively pick up on. It's kind of like the opposite of the projector effect. It's kind of the best way that I can put it. Is like you are receiving information through your third eye, okay? So that's the best way that I can put it, receiving information through the third eye. And I'm gonna get into this projector energy because it is quite the opposite, okay? So let me just kind of reread what I just said so that we can make sure that we are caught up in where we need to be, okay? So they project what they see and think, okay? Very much like a computer, showcasing how their brain functions through subconscious action and reaction. In other words, repeating, okay? So this could be repetitive words, or maybe someone is losing speech abilities, okay? I was also picking up on autism. So for some of you, you may be trying to, understand your autistic child more, or how to communicate with them is something that I was picking up on. Or maybe you are also, I don't know, maybe you are beginning to understand things even just by watching my channel, my content. Now, I was gonna say that I could do a separate video for you guys if that was something that you guys were wanting. I'm not sure. However, today the energy that we're talking about is very much more sinister, and I do not want there to be any confusion, okay? Now, with that being said, the fact that I am saying the energy that I am picking up on is more sinister. However, there was an underlying layer where I was picking up on, someone who could be autistic, or maybe you are trying to figure something out about your autistic child. The other message that I was getting, because like I said, this is a more sinister energy, is that someone could have been misdiagnosed with autism and they are not autistic, okay? The other thing is, about the video, I don't know if I'm going to piggyback off of some of the things that I'm saying here. I really have to see, kind of don't want to rush that, but we'll see how spirit works, because sometimes they surprise me, okay? Spirit surprises me. But like I said, it is a spectrum, okay? So that is something like, it's a bit, that's a very layered topic, okay? But we'll see what happens. Like I said, we'll see what happens, okay? Before I move on, right? Because their actions are, subconscious, this would also mean that you can understand them without the use or need of speech, okay? It's like, yes, like I said, the subconscious is responsible for the conscious, right? So it's kind of like, especially like if we're talking about, autistic children, but even just behaviorally, right? It is that you can understand through not necessarily a conscious action, but because like I said, it is subconscious, but they are consciously showing something, right? It is something that is visible. It is something that you can see, right? The subconscious is hidden. So because it is conscious, you can understand their subconscious by analyzing their behavior. So they don't necessarily need to speak, okay? Doesn't necessarily have to be verbal. And it's like they are communicating in other ways, speaking in other ways, and displaying other things that can still be read and understood, okay? So yes, a projector works by receiving a video signal, processing it, and then using a light source to project a magnified image onto a screen or wall through a series of mirrors and lenses. Remember how I used the magnifying glass emoji yesterday in yesterday's message, which was crazy. This means that it is artificial, okay, not the original source, but reflected, okay? They are reflecting what they are thinking, essentially. So everything that they try to hide subconsciously is being shown outwardly, okay? Like I said, in one way, shape, form, or another. For someone, you could be a behavior analyst or just highly observant, very in tune with others and unspoken language. You may not have full function of all of your senses, so you tend to be more attentive, or this is just how you are, okay? Some of you, this is just how you are. You are just good at analyzing the behavior of others. You are someone who is very in tune with others, okay? You may have people who oftentimes trauma dump because of your natural ability to heal or give effective advice, or people just who naturally just kind of like open up to you about things, okay? So the energy that I'm picking up on, right, or it's like oftentimes this could be people who do trauma dump. Now this is not always a negative thing. However, like I said, I am picking up on a more sinister energy. So like I said, do not internalize anything that I'm kind of right. Like I said, only take what resonates, okay? But so the energy that I'm picking up on, it's like they lack resources or the ability to analyze, which in turn makes it so that they cannot find their footing. So oftentimes they take or extinguish it from others. And it's like at this point, they do not know how to extinguish the fire within themselves, okay? The fire that is burning inside of them. It is consuming because they cannot pass it off to anyone else, but also it is dying. So think chemical fire, okay? This is what they are experiencing, and their natural fire is dying, okay? Your natural fire is kind of like your passion. It's life, okay? It's life. That natural fire is dying because they have nothing to feed it, okay? Someone may be losing bodily function, feeling, and sensation, as well as physical decline and decline in appearance or changes that they are having difficulty handling. And they may be obsessing over these things, okay? Because like I said, it's something subconscious. So it's something that they are thinking about, but may not necessarily want to open up about, or something that they do not voice but display, okay? So obsessing over those things. Someone may need to be wheeled around, because one thing that I was getting is that it's like they have all the will but are lacking the power, okay? They have the will but no power. So someone may need to be wheeled around, immobile, may have a loss of function in lower body. Someone may need the use of a motor chair. So they are experiencing loss of luck or just feeling very, very unlucky. How they feel is determined by what they have or don't have, and this is because of the emotion or value that they place on possessions. Someone may be struggling with their femininity, okay, or this could be you, okay, struggling with your femininity. Now, also, right, like femininity is an energy, okay? I was picking up on the energy of, women who may struggle with reproduction, who are unable to reproduce, and maybe you kind of internalize this as, feeling like less of a woman, or like you are kind of like feeling yourself as a woman. And we've had a lot of baby energy coming out, okay? It is springtime, and especially it is Aries season, okay, which represents the reproductive system, okay, of the female reproductive system. And so one thing I wanted to say, right, is that, and even though, it's not going to change anything, it's not going to change how you personally feel about it, but, hopefully it can at least alleviate some of the stress that you put on yourself and that you place on yourself, because you cannot control everything. And, being a woman is so much more than, just being a mother, although it is something that a lot of us do look forward to. Okay, it's so much more than being just a mother. It's not having a child that makes you a mother, okay? A mother is a mother to everything and everyone, including the earth. So it's like being a mother is something that is within you, okay? It's something that is just naturally within you. It is your nurturing abilities. It is your ability to give life to all things, right? It is your ability to create, and that is not necessarily just to create a child, but it is to create life in all sorts and different things and ways, okay? So hopefully that does alleviate some of the stress off of someone. But also one thing too that I want to say about fertility issues and failed pregnancies, okay, is that it is not always a body issue, but an energy issue. You might not be in the right mind space or headspace, relationship, or it's just not the right time, okay? So this is about groundwork. There needing to be more groundwork that is done or releasing and healing. Let your body rest. For someone, let your body rest. You could be like overly eager and maybe you try like back to back to back. Maybe you have had, a lot of, failed pregnancies. I don't want to say failed pregnancies, but miscarriages. Okay, maybe you had miscarriages, or you weren't able to, carry your baby full term many times, and maybe you are constantly like eager to get back into reproducing, but you have to let your body rest. Okay, you have to prepare your body. For someone, blood testing could be significant, or lymphatic drainage massage. Okay, you may need a lymphatic drainage massage. Like I said, you need to prepare the body for pregnancy. Now, for some of you, this is future energy. Like maybe you're not thinking about getting pregnant right now. Maybe you're not thinking about getting pregnant anytime soon. But it's important for you naturally to take care of your body in order to be able to and ready to carry a child, okay? It's like you want to get in the habit, okay? You want to make it a habit, a routine, and you want to be healthy in order to be able to carry your baby. You want to make sure that you have everything necessary that you are going to need to be able to carry your baby, okay? So yes, make sure you are preparing ahead of time, that you're not waiting until you are literally pregnant to start, taking care of yourself, okay? You need to be actually preparing the body for pregnancy, okay? For someone, okay, you are definitely with the wrong person. This could be someone who is possibly abusive. So if you are wondering why, you cannot carry a baby, to full term, this is why, okay? You are being protected and your spirit baby is saying, no, 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 okay? They ain't coming. So until you are in the right situation, until you are actually ready, they are not coming, okay? That is what they are saying. So also someone could be saying no to rehab. Literally, you could be drinking due to fertility issues. So for someone, maybe you need to literally stop drinking, okay, and actually take time to take care of yourself, get into a better state of mind, a better spirit, better state of being, okay, and watch how things change and align for you. Be a mother to yourself before that you are a mother to a child, okay, and I promise you that you will be the best mother that child could have ever hoped for or wished for, all right? Someone, you could be experiencing problems with digestion, heart rate and blood pressure, breathing, hearing, balance, speech, swallowing, relaxation, and also stress response, okay? Your hormones may be off due to stress and lack of relaxation. I was specifically picking up on someone. Now, you have to know where you store your stress, but for someone specifically, you store stress in your hips and gut, okay? So breathing exercises and regular stretching. You may be having a stressful pregnancy, okay? So stay off your feet and keep them elevated, possibly a foot massage, okay? Or you can also make sure you can soak your foot in like warm, salt water, okay? Make sure that you are just taking care of yourself. But yes, relax, okay? Relax if possible. Relax. Or maybe the reason why you are so stressed is because maybe you do have a lot of health complications or health concerns throughout your pregnancy, okay? But it could just be your body reacting to something that is actually more mental than it is physical. So yes, make sure that you are taking the time to kind of take care of your mental throughout, okay? It might alleviate some of it. You may be hyper focused on everything that could go wrong, which is kind of making it more stressful or more complicated and making it, yeah, it may be causing different things regarding your health. It might be causing those things to spike, okay? Whew. Okay. Okay. Now, for someone, you may also be experiencing insecurities surrounding aging, okay? But so just some tips, okay? Diet, water, natural skin tightening masks that are also moisturized, okay? Now, I didn't want to give any specific, natural masks that you can use. And when I say natural, I mean that these masks you can make at home, okay? Because everyone has different skin types, and I don't want to be giving no advice to have your skin fucked up, okay? So do your research, obviously, what is good for your skin, but also lymphatic massage for the face, ice therapy, and baths, okay? When I say ice therapy and baths, I mean specifically for your face, or I don't know, maybe you could do it for your whole body too if that's something that, you feel like would be beneficial to you. Also, exercise, lots of fruits and veggies, get you some sun, a jade roller, okay? Jade roller, and don't overdo it with products, okay? There is no need to treat your skin and your face like a science project. Treat it just like baby skin, okay? Treat it just like baby skin. We always say, as people get older, they kind of revert back into the child. So think about that, okay? It's like your skin's going to be more sensitive. I'm gonna say fragile, but you know what I'm saying, treat it like baby skin, okay? It does not need all of that. It doesn't need all of that. Back to this kind of the sinister energy that I was picking up on. They are not understanding how or why you're so full of life, your ability to manifest, how much you know and how you know it, okay? How protected you are and how you came out unscathed despite their many attempts, and they are now in the position that they wanted you in, okay? There's also a mother energy here that is both shocked and proud at how much you know, and they are patting themselves on the back, okay? They did their big one with you. So this other person is intimidated by strong women or women that make them feel as though they are lacking or have what they desire. They may feel like less of a woman around them, kind of having a lot of insecurities and jealousy, okay? They may still be learning about what it means to be a woman, defining womanhood beyond age or tangible things. This could be someone who is still young or a late bloomer. So for some of you, you may be raising a teen, okay? Raising a teen, or you're raising, you know, a young woman, a young lady, or someone is in early adulthood. The only thing that I can say is, you know, to teach them what it means to be beautiful and teach them what it means to be beautiful for them, okay? Specific to them. Help them to find their own beauty. So teach them about themselves. Let them, you know, be involved in the process, you know, of finding themselves, you know, whether this is getting themselves dressed, doing their hair, etc. Let them be involved. Teach them about all the different aspects of themselves. And when you expose them to beauty, you know, it's also about how you see beauty too, right? Because you have to lead by example. And sometimes, whether you realize it or not, these are things that they learned either from you or, you know, paying attention to also the content that they are digesting as well. But, you know, beauty, like literally, it's like exposing them to art, because there are so many different forms of beauty, and, you know, art is something that is unique. You have to help them see themselves as, you know, a piece of art, a work of art, and kind of understanding that all of the intricacies within themselves and understanding, you know, how all of those things make them beautiful, okay? So it's helping them to define beauty, but not just defining beauty. Like, beauty is not a one-size-fit-all standard for everyone, right? So you have to help them to find the beauty within themselves and not necessarily kind of measuring themselves against everyone else, right? Or beside everyone else. And like I said, you also have to lead by example, because sometimes, you know, maybe it's things that you don't recognize that they are paying attention to, especially when it's young children. Like I said, you know, your subconscious mind is always at work, whether you are consciously aware of it or not. So these could be things that, you know, it's like they see, and especially, you know, as parents, right? Your children look up to you, okay? Your children are going to kind of mimic you in a way. Your children, you know, naturally admire you, okay? So it's kind of like that bond that, you know, a mother and child has. Just all I can say is, you know, lead by example. For some of you, that might mean, you know, actually being more involved, having more conversations with them as well. It's like when you notice things, you know, say something, right? Don't just let them kind of just go about. I know, you know, kids these days, they are very trendy. They tend to, you know, follow trends, but just be very careful. I know people are like, you know, well, this is social media, and, you know, people aren't responsible for how, you know, adults are going to act, or why do you guys always assume, you know, people are creeps? And it's like, because there are creeps out there, okay? So it's like, especially, you know, children, it's like you are giving them free access to your child, especially, you know, these children, sometimes they are so young, dressing so mature, okay? Mature, whether people want to say it or not. It's just like, you know, they don't need to do that. Like, okay, just let a kid be a kid, okay? I cannot emphasize that enough, okay? Let a child be a child. Also, for someone, you may need to get some tea or drink more tea, okay? And someone may have also recently gave birth. Congratulations to you. That is the end of today's message, okay? So if you got anything from this message, if it was helpful to you in any way, if you resonate with my content, my energy, etc., I do ask that you like, comment, share, and subscribe if you feel called to, and I'll see you guys on next time. Bye. Love you all.